Alright, here we're going to cover the skills for the Ranger, the Huntsman. Only those that are available and not the level 2 ones. I don't have access to Source right now, so kind of messed up my first run. If I could fix that, I definitely would. We're going to bring this guy over. Actually, we're going to bring him here because it is a ranged tree. Alright, so now we have Losi. Now, with the Ranger abilities, you have a few options. They're mainly related to damage, not very much crowd control, but it will allow you to go into that height advantage really easy. So for here, you have Tactical Retreat. This one casts haste for 1 turn. So if I'm going to use it and jump up there. Easier than costing me 2 AP. If the ladder wasn't there, you can still jump there, which is pretty amazing. Now, we use Adrenaline, which is from the Rogue tree. I may have forgot to mention it, but I'm so used to it. It adds you 2 AP this turn, but it'll cost you 1 AP next turn. But it has a really short cooldown of 5 turns. It's just, you basically always gain that 1 AP. You're not gaining, like, you're not really losing that much like it was in the original Sin EE. So it's really handy to use now. It's basically just 1 AP loss, or sorry, it's basically a guaranteed 1 AP gain for that turn, and that could make a big difference since you don't have that much AP in this version, in this alpha right now. AP is king. I used Adrenaline, I jumped, cover Mark. Mark will basically remove the height advantage from the enemy. So basically, they will be just like if they were, I can't target them. If I could target them, they would lose all of their range, their height advantage that they have right now for being higher than me. If I use it on the dog is now marked. And it tells you right there, does not receive high ground damage or range bonus. And then when you attack him from low ground, the damage penalty is ignored. Plus, he has -20 to dodging. If you have somebody that's higher than you, and you don't want to just move up, or you don't want to teleport him down for a reason, or you can't because he's got Fortify, then use Mark. It is pretty handy, probably an overlooked skill. I'm assuming later on it's going to be probably some fights with really good height advantage on the enemy, and you're at the bottom. So I can see the skill being pretty useful. And just remember, height advantage is not just for Rangers, it's for everyone. Now, you have First Aid, which basically, it's much better than before. It's at the same time like Helping Hand. So they combined Helping Hand and First Aid together this time, which is nice. It cures Cripple, Knockdown, Blind, Silence, Bleeding, Burning, Poisoned, and it heals for 30%. So much better than any other version. This is actually pretty handy, because it will not only heal, which is useful, but if your character is knocked down, if your character is burning and knockdown, it will remove that stuff. Which is really handy. Anything that's basically physical, it will remove anything. Nope, that's not true. Poison, burning, bleeding is all, well, yeah. I mean, burning, poison is magical. It'll remove some effects. The other effects are going to be through another spell, which I think is Frost Armor. So that would be for First Aid, and you can use it quite far. You have height advantage. The other one is Huntsman's Fang. That way you don't actually need to hit the target or aim at it. It'll stop at the first target and then continue going. The problem is, sometimes if you use this in town, it will keep going farther than it shows here and hit another person, which can cause a fight. Be careful with this one. It ignores armor. It goes straight through armor, but it doesn't give any physical debuff or any debuffs at all. So it's just to go through armor. If you want to hit someone like this guy that has 51 and don't want to go through it, it will also pierce through and keep hitting more targets. And sometimes I find it's a bit of an auto aim, so to help you hit more targets. Like, it hit the dog now. So it hit through and the dog. So, but it doesn't really make sense. It's just, that's how it does. Now, I forgot to mention, if you try to hit with a bow, you see the curve of, can I zoom out? No, I can't zoom out. So there's a curve to the shot, to a normal shot. To a skill shot, it is a straight line. Just remember that, because it changes how you see. Let's say you're on a rampart. This is not a good example here, but maybe you're behind a barrel. You know, you could probably shoot over the barrel with a normal arrow. You'll just shoot over somehow, if I can line it. There. I'll shoot over the barrel, because I want to shoot that here. If I try to shoot that with a skill, you will not be able to, because it's direct line of sight. Now, Ricochet used to be an EE. I don't like it all that much in this version. I feel it's a bit lacking. Its size range for where it's going to hit has gotten reduced quite a bit. But I moved them close enough to be hit right now. And it does the same thing. It'll just start hitting other targets to a maximum of 3. It'll fork up to a maximum of 3 times, which might mean 4 targets. It won't hit the dog. It probably, even if I hit this one, it won't hit the person upstairs. Oh, it did. Never mind. I would like for it to show you which target it's going to. I mean, they have the ability to do that with the Blitz skill, which is the old Thunder Jump. But it doesn't show you here, so I thought it was going to go for the closest target. Instead, it went for this one. I don't know how it does its calculation. I don't find it very reliable. Last skill is Snipe. Now, Snipe requires a lot of AP. But what I'm going to do now, probably stealth beforehand. So I'm going to teleport her up, so she doesn't waste an AP moving up. Because I want to show how strong it is. She's up top. She took some damage. Not a big deal. She's on an elf. But she doesn't have the hot head perk. I'm going to pass this turn. Now it's her turn. I only have 4 AP. Snipe costs 4 AP, but does a lot of damage. Just remember, she's not a sniper by any means. She's not a huntsman. So, Adrenaline, it does double damage from stealth. The pull, if you were to sneak and initiate combat with this skill, it is really amazing. I'm surprised I could actually sneak. So if I were to use, again, it's not going to be arced, it's going to be line of sight. I still can't hit this one. So this says it does 108 to 142. He's got about 180, 193 right now with the armor, because it won't go through the armor. It's probably going to kill him, because it does double damage, plus my high ground damage. He's dead. I don't think I saw how much damage it did because of the bar. But it did over 200. Like, this is pretty amazing. It probably did 212 to 184, or 284. So it is really, really strong. Plus, if you threw on, let's say, Rage, guaranteed crits. I mean, to pull, that is a pretty awesome skill. And you have other abilities on a ranger or on an elf, which can boost your damage by 25%. It is really good. 5-turn cooldown is not that long either. So there's a good chance on tough fights you'll use it twice. Whether or not you'll be stealth for the second time, it's still a decent skill. I think for the AP cost though, it's not that good. Because, let's say that's 106 for 4 AP. A normal attack, I can't do. My bow, with her crappy skills, that's... So it does above... Does about 50% more. Yeah, just about 50% more damage than a normal attack for twice the AP. So it's not good unless you're stealth, in my opinion. But then again, I'm also at minus 24% for the damage. I'm pretty low there for the skill damage. This is about it for the ranger skills right now in early access without the level 2 skills that require source.